Dr. Mike and DanTDM destroy MrBeast Lunch Ley, a snack catastrophe. Alright fam, let's just spill the tea here. The Lunch Ley launch was a total dumple fire. It's probably one of the most bonkers YouTuber product drops we've seen in ages. And get this, the product itself, not even that bad, but the hate. Oh man, it's coming in hot, and for reasons that are just wild. Like for real, if any other YouTuber dropped this snack pack, nobody would be throwing shade like it's a freaking Olympic sport. Seriously, this so-called meal is like a high school cafeteria's worst nightmare. Got dressed up in a cheap suit and tried to sell itself as gourmet. You've got MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul slapping their names on this snack pack like it's the golden ticket to Flavor Town. But trust me, it's more like a one-way ticket to Disappointment City. I mean, Lunch Ley, that sounds less like a legit meal and more like the title of a bad sitcom, starring a bunch of washed-up influencers. Who thought slapping their names on a glorified snack was a brilliant idea? It's like they gathered in a circle, high-fiving each other, saying, let's create a lunch that tastes like regret wrapped in disappointment. Bravo, geniuses. You really knocked it out of the park with this one. Now, I get it, everyone's got to eat, but I didn't expect our favorite YouTube moguls to be peddling overpriced lunch packs as their next big thing. These guys seriously think they're doing us all a favor. KSI, Logan, and MrBeast are acting like they've uncovered the holy grail of snacking with this disaster. Lunch Ley is going to revolutionize the snack world they proclaim. Well, hold on to your wallets, folks, because these clowns are about to hit you with premium prices for what's basically recycled cardboard in a flashy box. It's like they peeked at Lunchables and thought, you know what this masterpiece needs? Less flavor and way more hype. So, here we are with Lunch Ley chilling on the shelves, looking about as appetizing as last week's leftovers. If this is what snack innovation looks like, then maybe we just don't need it at all. But hey, who am I to rain on their parade? They're the ones cashing in while the rest of us are stuck with these overpriced, underwhelming snack packs that make you question your life choices. Alright, so let's get into what actually comes in one of these Lunch Ley boxes. According to our YouTube snack saviors, this is a knockoff Lunchable, it's a health lock-off Lunchable. Now, let's pause for a second and appreciate the irony, because when I cracked open a box of Lunch Ley, I wasn't exactly met with the kale chips and organic hummus they promised. Instead, it's got the usual suspects, cheese slices that feel suspiciously like rubber, turkey that could pass as a kitchen sponge, and whole grain crackers that taste like, well, cardboard. But wait, there's more. This snack box has the audacity to claim it's healthier. As if a little whole grain suddenly transforms this lunch into a health nut's dream. It's kind of like putting a bow on a pile of trash. It might look a little better, but it's still trash. So you're telling me that this snack is what they're pushing as the future of snacking? Please. It's basically the same nutritional black hole as a Lunchable, only with a lot more buzzwords and a price tag that screams, we think you're gullible. It's almost like these guys sat around a table and said, how can we make junk food sound like a salad? And somehow they landed on this, and the kicker, they expect us to thank them for it. Sorry fellas, but calling something healthy doesn't make it so. We're talking about a sodium-packed, over-processed, and highly questionable snack that's being sold as the next big thing. And let's be real, if you're reaching for Lunch Ley thinking it's a health food, you might need to reevaluate a few life choices. Now, let's talk about the so-called nutrition in Lunch Ley. Because if MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul are marketing this as a healthier snack, they're really testing the limits of our patience. Each box of Lunch Ley comes with about 230 calories. Not bad, right? Well, here's the kicker, it's also got a whopping 600 milligrams of sodium. That's right, your recommended daily salt intake, all packed into one box. Throw in the added sugars, and you've got yourself a snack that's basically a one-way ticket to high blood pressure city. And you know what's really funny? These guys love to shout about the protein and fiber in this box like it's a big deal. But if you dig a little deeper, the numbers aren't exactly impressive. We're talking about a measly couple of grams of protein, hardly enough to call this a filling snack. And fiber? Let's just say you'd probably get more fiber from a piece of cardboard. The whole thing feels like one big marketing ploy, designed to trick you into thinking you're doing something good for your body. Well, it's like they took all the worst parts of Lunchables and thought, how can we make this even more confusing for people? And don't even get me started on the ingredients list, this thing reads like a chemistry textbook. artificial flavors, preservatives, additives. It's all there. So if you're reaching for Lunch Ley thinking it's the healthy choice, think again. You might be better off with a bag of chips. At least those don't pretend to be something they're not. And then there's the taste. Because if Lunch Ley actually tasted good, maybe we could overlook the sketchy health claims. But alas, that's not the case. Dr. Mike, our resident snack critic, did a taste test and it was well brutal. He took one bite of that cheese and you could practically see his soul leave his body. The cheese tastes like something that's been sitting out in the sun for a week, and the turkey? Don't even get me started, it's got the consistency of wet cardboard and smells about as appetizing. The crackers? Imagine chewing on sandpaper with a sprinkle of salt. The whole thing is a sensory experience, but not the good kind. And you know what's wild? MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul are out here acting like they've just invented the next big thing. They're hyping this snack up like it's some gourmet treat, but the reality couldn't be further from the truth. If this is what snack evolution looks like, I think I'll stick with the classics. And here's the real kicker, they're charging premium prices for this. So, not only are they giving you a subpar snack, they're charging you extra for the privilege. It's like they've taken a page right out of the overpriced snack handbook, and they're running with it. Sorry, but if I wanted to eat cardboard and call it a snack, I'd just head to my local office supply store. At least there, I wouldn't have to pay extra for the disappointment. Alright, let's talk about this whole marketing hustle they've got going. MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul are really out here hustling like used car salesmen, trying to convince us this boxed lunch is some kind of gift to humanity. They've slapped their faces on it, tossed in some cringe-worthy promo, and now they think we're all just gonna rush to buy it. But let's be real, this snack is as basic as it gets. It's like they raided the discount aisle and called it gourmet. They're trying to sell this junk like it's the golden ticket, playing us like we're clueless. Like, who exactly do they think they're fooling? You've got KSI and Logan Paul out here acting like Lunch Ley is the next iPhone or something, hyping it up with the old razzle-dazzle. And of course, they're milking their fans for every last dollar. They might as well be saying, hey, we're famous, so buy our stuff, even if it's trash. And here's the kicker, they're pushing this like it's a healthier choice. Yeah, right. It's like they sprinkled a little kale on top and called it a salad. They're playing that low-cal game, knowing darn well most people won't even glance at the nutrition label. It's just salty, overpriced, processed junk, no matter how they slice it. So props to them for pulling off the ultimate trick, making their fans pay premium prices for what's essentially a reheated Lunchable. You gotta love how they take us for fools. They get richer and we get a crummy lunch. Talk about a raw deal. Alright, time to get serious for a hot second. What's really in these things? You've got MrBeast, KSI, and Logan out here pitching this mystery meat like it's the new kale smoothie. But take one look at the ingredients, and it's like reading the periodic table. These guys are hyping up a snack packed with enough sodium to salt a driveway in winter. This ain't the food of the future they're selling, it's just a heart attack in a box. And here's where it gets shady. They know their followers are gonna buy whatever they're pushing, no questions asked. But come on guys, have a little respect for the folks putting food on your table. You've got millions of fans looking up to you, and this is what you want to sell them. They're banking on their followers being too starstruck to notice they're paying for fancy cardboard. It's like they're saying, sure, we know this stuff is junk, but hey, we slapped our logo on it, so dig in. It's like they forgot they've got young fans who actually look up to them. But nah, they're just cashing in on their gullibility. It's one thing to hype up some merch, but a snack that's just a dressed up sodium bomb. That's a low blow even for these guys. So yeah, next time you see this box of lies on the shelf, think twice. You've got better options, trust me. They're treating us like walking dollar signs, and that's not okay. Alright, so what's the final call on this hot mess? Let's cut the fluff, it's a total miss. This whole Lunch Ley thing is like a cheap magic trick. Sure, they've got the flashy promos and the big names, but once you see behind the curtain, it's just a sad little snack box pretending to be a big deal. They're banking on their names and their clout to sell something that barely qualifies as food? For what they're charging, you'd think you're getting some exclusive VIP experience. But now you're getting stale crackers, some meat that's questionable at best, and a juice box. That's it. It's like they took all the things that made Lunchables cool when we were kids and just watered it down. If you're expecting this to be some next level meal, you're in for a rude awakening. This snack is the equivalent of downloading a movie trailer and getting a 2-second clip. So yeah, would I recommend Lunch Ley? Only if you're into overpriced, underwhelming snacks. If you're looking to spend your hard-earned cash, there are better ways to waste it. These guys are out here hustling us with the oldest trick in the book: slap a celebrity face on it, and boom, instant success. But don't let them fool ya. This snack is all bark and no bite, and you're better off grabbing a real meal. Save your cash for something that's worth it, because this right here is one big thanks, but no thanks. Alright folks, here's the real deal. Lunch Ley is just a shiny wrapper over a whole lot of nothing. Don't let these guys sell you the same junk you could grab at the dollar store for triple the price. They're pulling the wool over our eyes, hoping we won't notice the price tag on this glorified Lunchable. But here's a little tip: don't fall for the hype. Just because these guys are big names doesn't mean the product is worth a dime. And hey, if you're into MrBeast KSI or Logan Paul, there's 1,000 ways to show it that don't involve tossing your cash at this sad excuse for a snack. Stream their videos, grab their merch, heck, follow them on social media if that's your thing. But don't waste your money on a product that's all hype and no substance. You deserve snacks that taste good, that don't mess with your health, and that aren't just lining some influencer's pocket. Lunch Ley might look cool on the outside, but on the inside, it's a snack size scam. So next time you're tempted to grab one, just remember you're not missing out on anything special. These guys might be on top of the YouTube game, but when it comes to snacks, they're way out of their league. Keep your money in your pocket and your taste buds intact. Lunch Ley ain't it, folks. Pass on this one and treat yourself to something better. The question is, what's MrBeast's next move? Well, it looks like we could be heading toward an all-out legal battle, folks. MrBeast might just take this to the courts and make Mr. Mike answer for Lunch Ley in front of a judge. Imagine that two internet titans facing off, not on YouTube, but in an actual courtroom. Now that's the kind of showdown we don't see every day. Are we about to witness MrBeast and Mr. Mike going head-to-head in a legal clash? Could this be the start of a whole new chapter in the saga of YouTube drama? Who knows? But one thing's clear: Lunch Ley has cranked the heat up, and we're all here for it. So grab your popcorn, stay tuned, and let's see if this story wraps up with a court case or another viral video. The clock's ticking, and the next chapter could drop any minute now. Stay tuned for the next updates.